So we've been out and about this morning, already mowed and weed-eated, and it is hot. We've already had to take a break and sit in the shade for a little while. We were going to pick beans next, but Matt said he wanted to wait. He wants to wait one more week. We've been picking once a week, but he wants some really full beans. In Appalachia, when those get really full, and then a lot of times maybe the hull is actually too tough to keep, you just shell out the beans, and we call those shellies. So he likes beans that have some hulls, but a lot of shellies in them. So he wants to wait another week until they get fuller. And after looking at them, I think he's right. I think they could stand waiting, if not a week, at least several more days. So I was looking for bug damage. So as you can see, here's some of my little yellow buddies that I've been trying to fight off. Now I didn't see too many of them on down that way, but right here, this is where they're congregating, and a little bit on this side, not as much. So I did, since my last video, since last weekend, I've re-limed them, put that lime mixture back on them. In fact, you can see some of the leaves there, even there. So I've got some on the beans. So I'm gonna get some neem oil, I guess, and mix it with water and really spray this part right here and see if I could ever break that cycle of those. Maybe I could get rid of them. But overall, they've not took over yet. It's just something that I'm gonna have to stay on top of for sure. And usually I see another, as I'm standing here, I'm seeing more and more of them. Usually every year, I try to fight them a little bit, and then I just give up. But this year, I'm really wanting to try to fight them. That lime, using the lime, really did seem to kind of keep them off of them for longer. But alas, they have definitely found them now. So I'm going to try some neem oil. So since we're not going to pick beans, the other things I want to do today is, of course, we need to harvest. I see I need okra. I need to cut some okra. That's about an everyday thing this time of the year. There's some tomatoes we need to gather. I seen some ripe cantaloupes up at the top that we need to get. So things like that. And then I'm really interested today in hoping that we can pull out some of the old stuff and make room for some of my fall things that I want to plant. I like to plant by the signs when I can. So yesterday was a way better planting day than today. But sometimes life happens and you just have to do the best you can. So today I hope to, by the end of the day at least, plant some turnips, maybe some kale. But I would like to go ahead and pull out a few other things to make room for that. I do have the room where we pulled out the beets last weekend. And so that'll be a place that we can put some turnips for sure.
Pat got.
That's nice. The bees are really working the squash this morning. We're still getting squash, and the ones I've replanted are about that high, so hopefully I'll be getting some from those.
One of my favoriteest things.
I don't know, I love okra, but squash I might like it better. I don't know though, I like both of them. I guess just be grateful we got them both.
Fried okra is right up there alongside of every bit as good to me as them real good tomatoes. You know how I am about tomatoes.
Yeah.
I freaking enjoy fried squash. Or fried okra.
Well, you like fried squash too?
I do. Just about got to cut this every day.
Yeah, it grows so fast once it starts. It really does.
Are they two different? This down here at the end is a different kind of okra.
Yeah, it's that's the Silver Queen that Katie got me. This one. Well, let's see, one of them.
They're kind of morphed, because that's the red looking stalk,
Yeah.
but it's got.
This one on the end is Granddaddy's. It's like a smooth And that's the yellow queen, silver queen. But yeah, it looks like it's kind of cross-pollinated, don't it? But I don't like it. I don't think I'll plant it again. That Jing orange is just hard to beat. Because it produces so much. And it's good, and it's pretty. But it really just produces a lot.
You want to save this because it ain't going to make it.
No.
Over the banker in the composter.
You can put it in the composter if you want to. So some of the beans that we've replanted in this little area have started producing, so I was picking some of them. And I was also harvesting our green onions that didn't get eat earlier in the spring. This is about as big as they get. And we don't have enough space to really try to grow onions on a large scale so that we'd have enough for the entire year. But I do harvest these little ones. I'll lay them out on the porch and let them cure. And usually I just leave them out there, and then as I need an onion for supper or dinner or whatever I'm fixing, I'll go out and get those and use them. So it's by no means enough to make it for an entire year for us, but it does help a little bit. So I was hoping I could plant some of those fall vegetables right here in this area. But I had a volunteer watermelon, and I have let it go all summer hoping it would produce something, and it's really kind of crisscrossed this whole area, and I do see a couple of little watermelons on it. So they probably won't get very large, but I just can't, at this point, I can't bear to go ahead and tear them out. So I'm not sure I'll be able to put any of my fall stuff here right now. Of course, if I do some succession plantings of them in a couple of weeks, I might be able to.
So I saw a bunch of the mountain mint, which Miss Barola showed me.
While you went down the road?
Yeah. You can't miss it because it's at this point it's starting to turn a little bit silver.
Yeah.
Which is, it's really pretty. But I saw a bunch of it, and I saw some curly dock.
Okay.
A bunch of it on the side where the pasture's at.
Yeah.
If you were going to harvest it for the leaves, it's too late. They'd be bitter by now, I think, from my understanding. But you can harvest the roots. It's not yet time to do the roots. That would be more in the fall.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
We did this open source.
Can you see?
I see blue sky. We've been interrupted by the rain. Hiding under the porch till it goes on by. You could get those turnips done, that'd be great. We just got the turnips planted before it rained. That would have been so good.
They're planted.
No, I have left my basket out there.
I got it.
Did you get it?
It's on the porch step. That's the first thing I got.
Seeds are all getting wet.
I'll make you a road. You want to get them in the ground?
Mama, what is that little tree, that little plant right there?
That's a peach tree.
It's funny because it looks so much like one of the demon. That's exactly how the leaves look.
Oh.
No, she's bigger. And older.
Yeah.
Alright, I think it's about to
Nobody
quit.
else said I do.
No, I did. I said it'd be good. It's just I can't ever get the time to video with her.
What are you saying?
I said, I think it's about to quit raining. Let's get on it.
I've been on it.
I know you've been on it, but faster we're done, faster we're done.
I really got that.
That was some wisdom from Papa Wade. That's the kind of stuff he said.
How much more do we have to do?
The back 40, Corey's waiting.
Considering you ain't done nothing yet.
Yeah, really, considering you've not really helped much.
I'm sorry. I had to do stuff, y'all.
I know. Sorry, Dad. In your way, Anna. Always in your way.
What are you planting here, Mama?
I've got some kohlrabi that I just put in this plant.
Are you trying to save this hideous thing?
No, it can be. I don't know if I'm gonna do radishes yet. I'm just not. I'm gonna do beets here.
Why is it kohlrabi and not kohlrabi?
You already done
Dad,
this
did
one?
you hear that? Did you hear what I said?
What?
I said, why is it kohlrabi and not kohlrabi? Did it?
Yes, dear.
We had an issue with our chicken feed this morning. Matt's been working on it. You can see down there at the bottom a hole developed. We're not sure why. Or you know now, did you figure it out?
I don't know unless it's just had moisture in it and kind of rotted out, but it wasn't rusty or nothing. I don't know.
But anyway, so our feed was seeping out the side. And I seen a little bit, but I thought that Matt dropped it when he was filling up the can. And he said, well, don't you think I would have cleaned it up? I said, well, I thought that you was busy or something. So then he noticed it and this morning and figured out there was a hole. So he's, what is that, a piece of metal?
No, it's actually a piece of Kydex.
Kydex, and then he bolted it to it, so he covered up the hole. So
It's kind of a redneck fix, but We're all about being rednecks.
Well, it works. That's the main thing, is it works. And you didn't have to go buy a new can. We've had that can for years and years and years.
We'll make it last as long as it'll go.
Right, yeah. Well, at least we got something done.
Yeah.
To go ahead. Peach is good. Really good. Your daddy likes coconut because it tastes like suntan oil.
Oh.
It doesn't.
I want to taste
It tastes
it.
exactly like suntan oil smells.
It tastes like coconut.
Tastes like being at the beach.
Oh, it smells good.
Now don't it?
That's pretty accurate.
That's pretty much Tropicana right there, ain't it? It's good though, ain't it? You can have it if you want it.
That's like one of the best things I've ever eaten.
Told you they're
Well,
good.
you can have it.
There's another one in the
I'm
refrigerator.
just about to eat lunch. I want to eat lunch. I just don't.
I mean, your daddy ain't ate dinner yet either.
I know, but is there more there's in the refrigerator?
Eat that one right there.
No, I only want another bite. I just don't want to eat all this before lunch.
Pretty good, ain't it?
It's like a dessert.
How have I went my whole life not knowing that this existed?
Now you must go about buying you some.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know either, and a
love
wonderful
them.
subscriber told us, because we like these, to check that out.
It's got coconut pieces in it.
Mhm.
That's like just like coconut
This has
cream.
got
in it.
peach. All of them have pieces
Do they?
of whatever. Yeah.
See, I like that. Some people don't, but I do. That's good because I like peach too, but I love anything coconut.
The grape is awful good too.
I like the raspberry one.
Raspberry and strawberry's okay. We've had pineapple. Your daddy likes it.
Oh, I bet that's good.
Oh yeah.
I like
Lime.
pineapple.
Your daddy likes the lime one. I don't like lime and orange and stuff, but
You don't?
not as much as peach and grape. And I love that coconut one.
Yeah. It don't hurt your teeth to bite that. Oh. That's part of it is I don't eat stuff like that because it hurts my teeth so bad. It's like not even that fun. It tastes good, but it's like, ow, pain.
You could put it in the microwave and melt it and drink it.
Oh, that would be. What would the fun of that be?
Well, if it hurts your teeth.
It don't hurt like all my teeth. I just have to eat it a certain way. It'd be easier to eat with a spoon for me.
You'd be like George and eating the Snickers bar with a knife and a fork.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I'm like that with sweet stuff too in certain places on my teeth.
So Corey's getting to stay with us this weekend because Austin had to go out of town, so we're enjoying her being with us.
I'm enjoying it too. It's nice.
Kind of nice to be back at home a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course, you're here because Corey helps me. She's here during the week, but
We're also taking advantage of her free labor.
yeah,
Yeah.
we are.
Because she owes us because we raised her.
That's right. Oh, you tons of free
Yeah,
labor.
we're taking advantage of her free labor.
Yeah.
So we did manage to get of course, the yard mowed and stuff, and planted a row of turnips. What else did we plant? A few little short rows of beets, a little bit of kale, and then our tomatoes, where we replanted the ones that Matt thinks won't make, that have blooms on them. So I'm thinking they'll at least make green tomatoes. One died in one pot, so in that one I planted miner's lettuce. I've grown it before, but it's been several years ago. I always hoped that I could grow it and get it started where it would just spread. But it's like a green that's supposed to be very healthy for you. I don't know why exactly it's called miner's lettuce, but it's pretty though. It's a little round. It's not like typical lettuce you think of. We did pull out some of our tomatoes too. Pulled up all the peanut beans. That's where we planted the turnips. So it's that time of the year when you start thinking about pulling stuff out.
It just happens too fast.
It goes by fast, yeah.
I want to go back to about the second week of May and start over.
When everything's wide and open and you're just planting.
Yeah.
And then they come up and they're like little soldiers all marched up, all marching in a row. And then before you know it, it's a jungle and it's all dying back. And
then it's the winter and there's nothing. And then the landscape is naked, as Katie would say.
Yeah, one time when Corey and Katie was little, we always were outside a lot. And they loved to play outside, but I don't remember, they were 3 or 4 years old. And it was like a winter day, but warm enough that we were all outside doing whatever. Matt was probably chopping wood, I can't remember. But Katie come running up to me, and that's what she said. She said, Mama, your blueberry bushes are naked. They're naked. Because the leaves had fell off of them. She had just noticed. She's like, Mama, your blueberry bushes are naked.
That's so funny.
Yeah. She just noticed.
It's pretty funny.
One time we were like that outside doing whatever, and Corey and Katie come up to me and said, "Look what we found." You remember that? And they had handfuls of baby mice, hairless baby mice that they found in the woodpile. It was winter, so they had been playing around the woodpile. Of course, in the summer we wouldn't have let them do that because of snakes, but yeah, they found them some baby mice. I was like, "Put them back! Just put them back! Put them back wherever you got them from."
Yeah. I do remember that.
One year y'all played, you had all kinds of baby dolls. You'd never played with them, but you actually played with sticks of wood like they were your babies. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we wrapped little blankets. They were log babies is what we called them.
Why would you not want to play with a baby doll instead of a log, a piece of wood?
Yeah. We liked that. I always liked stuffed animals more than I did baby dolls.
You and Katie both would rather have had a stuffed animal than a baby doll.
Yeah.
Not me. I loved my baby dolls.
Oh. That's sweet. I still have some of my stuffed animals packed away.
Sounds like we're going to get more rain. You hear the thunder?
Yep.
Thundering's a good time when it's like this to sit on the porch.
Yeah. I like rainy days. Except it makes me hurt nowadays. When there's a weather change, I can feel it.
We had a pretty good rain last night, didn't we?
I didn't take Olive under the porch last night. She's not really afraid of storms that I can tell. She's not really, the only thing I know that she's afraid of is bags. She doesn't like Walmart bags, trash bags.
Or hats.
Yeah. It is funny what dogs or cats or whatever are afraid of. We had our little Ruby that we had for so long, 14 years. She wasn't afraid of storms, but she was afraid of bees and flies because she got stung when she was little, I think. She was terrified of flies. She'd burrow under something
If
to
she
hide
heard
from
one
them.
in the room, she'd
She'd just be gone, yeah.
Just go to the other end of the house and try to get under something.
Yeah.
But Steve and Kim, my brother Steve, and they just live right below us, they had a dog for, how old was Bill when he died, I reckon?
Like 16.
Yeah, Bill was his name. And he was kind of looked just like Ruby, but bigger, in bigger form. He was some kind of terrier too. But he was terrified of storms. So a lot of times, and it's funny, he stayed at home at their house, but when it was going to storm, he'd come up here and he'd get on our porch. I don't know, he must have felt safer because he was up above. They have a porch too, so I don't know what the deal was. But
This one's covered.
well, I know, but he could have got under it. Anyway, he would come up here, and so a lot of times early in the day, you wouldn't even hear thunder, but if you seen Bill under one of our rocking chairs, you knew before the day was out it was going to storm. He could sense it, I guess, somehow.
And he didn't like him. He was an outside dog. You couldn't make him come inside, but there was sometimes when it was really cold, he wouldn't want to come in the basement. I mean, you'd have to drag him in there. He wouldn't like it, but
No.
every once in a while, if there was snow,
Yeah,
we'd bring him in.
Yeah.
He'd lay by the wood stove.
He didn't like it. Before Ruby, we had Wilma. She was a little beagle, and she wanted to be outside too. She loved to chase rabbits and all that. But she would at night when it was really cold. She would come through the front door and go through the foyer and straight down the basement steps, and she'd go down there by the. She would practically get under the wood stove, wouldn't she?
And she didn't want to be anywhere else in the house. She'd
No,
just go straight down the
she'd
steps.
just go. That's the only. If you tried to entice her to come into the living room or something, she'd be like.
She just didn't like it.
Yeah, she didn't like it. But she would go right down the steps into the basement and then go lay by the stove all night and then went out in the morning. Yeah.
All of us spoiled.
Yes, all of us spoiled rotten.
She's a really spoiled
she's
dog.
she's like a lap dog like Ruby, but she's not.
She's 40
She
pounds.
thinks she's a lap dog,
Yeah.
but she's not.
I don't know if that's just her personality or because she's still a puppy and she'll outgrow that, but she'll just hop in your lap like she's this big.
Yeah,
But she's too
huge.
big.
Yeah, and she just
She
thinks
can't
it's
sit
normal.
there comfortably with you. She gets up there and then she just has to stand there.
Yeah, and fall over on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's a funny dog.
Like that one's gonna go around us.
I don't know.
Where does it sound like it's at? Andrews or below Murphy?
Well, part of it's thundering.
Two different places?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell.
That sounds like it's Andrews.
Marble.
Marble.
Oh, if I'm gonna go outside and pick stuff for, I mean, we are already outside, but I mean, off the porch to pick stuff for a salad, I guess I better do that.
I guess you better. What you gonna pick?
I already picked some purslane. We already got tomatoes, so
I got some cucumbers this morning, so you
I
can
don't want
put
to do
this-
cucumbers. Is there any other though kind of greens out there?
There's that Malabar spinach. Or
Oh,
did you
yeah.
say you got that?
No, I got purslane.
Oh,
Do you
you
have any
can-
lettuce in the house?
I do.
Okay. I'll just mix all that together.
Be good.
Put some croutons on it.
Put some blueberries on it.
That'd be good.
I thought of one more thing we gotta do.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. Steve's grapes are ready. Gotta go get them.
Alright, I'm gonna head out. I'm going off the porch, through the woods.
Why does he not use them?
He said they used all they wanted and I could have the rest.
Well, let's
you
go
gonna
do it.
then?
I guess make jelly. I don't know. What do you want
Let's
to do?
go do it. Let's go pick
I
the
guess I
grapes.
should share with Granny and ask her if she wants some of them. Remember I made a grape hull pie one time, but we just didn't really care for it. But people
I don't
really
remember
loved
that.
that.
I
I didn't like the texture. The taste was okay.
I
But
don't remember that. I want another blackberry pie.
yeah, that was good, wasn't it? It was good.
Really good. I want a peach pie. Or a coconut pie. Even better.
I like coconut.
Anything. Austin doesn't like coconut.
Your daddy didn't used to. He says it reminds him of toenails.
You take it out of context.
You just don't like shredded coconut.
Shredded coconut is like toenail clippings. When it's on top of the cake and it's the little hard dry pieces. What's under it is really good, but it's like toenail clippings. It really is. I mean, you know, you just got to fight your way through them to get to the creamy part of the ice.
Oh gosh.
I've always thought that. I mean, it ain't that I don't like the taste of it. It's just,
texture.
it's like you're eating a big pile of somebody's toenail
Gross.
clippings. That's just what it reminds me of. I'm sorry.
I like that. I'll sit and eat. I mean,
Well, you're a little weird.
You like the toenails?
no, I like even if it's unsweetened, just the things of coconut. I like the taste so much. I just pull the chips out of the bag and eat them.
Yeah.
I like coconut. Not toenails, just to be clear.
I love a good fresh coconut, like from in the
Yeah.
when Matt cracks it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so good. I could just eat it till it makes me sick. It's so good.
Wish we could grow coconuts here.
Yeah.
And then we can call it toenail fruit.
Oh.
There's really like not any fruit that I don't like. I'm not crazy wild about kiwi, but I think that's because I ate it as a child and got sick.
Yeah, that's all right.
I mean,
don't
I'll eat it, but
I don't like banana as much.
oh,
I like a
could
banana
eat-
sandwich, a banana pudding, and that's it. But as far as like eating a banana, I can't
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
I could eat it. Sometimes I eat like 2 or 3 bananas a
I
day.
can't do it. Just
I
don't
love
like it.
bananas.
So, and I'm not that crazy about strawberry either, unless it's
Oh, I
like
love
fresh
strawberries.
strawberries, like really, like locally grown strawberries.
They're better,
I'm not
but
crazy about strawberries.
I'm not crazy about mango. Like I would eat it.
I
It's
like mango.
not
okay.
something that I just would spit out, but
Yeah,
I don't really like
it. I
it.
like mango. I like peaches. I like apples.
Grapefruit, I don't like superly love grapefruit, but
No, I don't like grapefruit.
I mean I would eat it.
I like my favorites though is you can guess watermelon.
Watermelon.
And blueberries.
I like watermelon. It's just not something I eat a lot.
It's all right. I eat your share.
Yeah. I do like it. I don't like to eat it with other food because it digests so much faster, and maybe it's just me with my weird stomach. But if I eat watermelon like with other food, it just doesn't sit good. And it's like mostly water. It just digests so fast. And if you eat it with like a sandwich or something that's got meat on it, just bad food combining for me. It just gets my stomach all messed up.
Love watermelon.
I like cantaloupe. I like cantaloupe better than watermelon probably.
I like cantaloupe, especially those little ones from our garden, but I'd rather have watermelon.
I love mulberries. Those are so good.
Watermelon's my favorite food, I guess.
I don't know what my favorite food is.
Blueberries. I like cornbread a lot, though.
Yeah.
Popcorn. I like popcorn a lot.
Oh Lord, I could live off popcorn. Popcorn, cereal, crackers, all the things that are not very good for you.
Yeah. Well, popcorn ain't bad for you if it don't have a bunch of stuff on it. What's your favorite food, Dad? All of it?
Yeah, I like food, but my very favorite thing is either really good fresh fried fish or marinated grilled deer tenderloin. Those are my two favorite things ever.
Both are very good,
Yeah.
especially
like
when you're
fresh
making
fish.
them.
I really, really like it.
Especially when you're doing it.
Don't get to do it much because I don't have a whole lot of it, but I could eat it every day, always. It's good stuff.
It is good. Well, I guess we'll go eat dinner, although sadly it won't be deer tenderloin or fish or what was it you said?
Popcorn.
Not popcorn.
I do actually have some deer meat that I did bring that we could all eat.
Oh, you're holding out on us.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I brought it with me because I knew it might go bad by the time I get back. So I brought it with me. It's just deer hamburger meat, but it's still good.
Well, we'll go figure out what we can have for dinner, and we thank you for going along with us in the garden this morning. We did get a few things accomplished in between the rain showers and it's just kind of the end of the garden, so there's less to do and less to worry about. But we did get a few things planted. That's a plus. So those things hopefully will be coming on, and we'll be enjoying them even when the cold wind's blowing. Think so, Dad?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And as always, we just hope you'll continue to drop back by often and help us celebrate Appalachia, which is a whole lot of making a garden, but I guess a whole lot of good eating too, whether it's popcorn or fish
Tomatoes.
or deer meat or tomatoes or whatever it is.
That's a wrap!